That's not the new one, is it? Oh, hang on. What is this one that we're fighting? Okay, it's dead. Woo! Yelvertons of Fun has been found dead. This is quite the fight. Who killed it? Black Crow 500. Was it Cave Dwellers? Or did this already happen earlier? Oh no, Cavern Dwellers. Amphibian Woman. Okay. Oh yeah, there they are. Listen, squad. Rather than run away, I would like you all to stay stationed right in this area, please. There's the amphibians there. Fighting is happening. Hopefully they're going to be less lethal than the snake people. Okay, I think another one died there. Okay, looks like we're done. All right, cancel. Woo-wee! The first fort I lost was to Ratman. Oh. Yeah, were the Cavern Invaders, is that something new in 5.0 in the Steam version? I don't remember experiencing them very often before, or ever potentially before. But it could also be that they just didn't do as much cavern stuff. I don't know. They must be new. I vomit. Now that could have been someone who's cave adapted, coming back after going to the surface, or it could have been someone sick with poison. They're in the first version of Steam. Okay, yeah, so they are sort of new with Steam. Okay. I think it's a nice touch, actually. Extra variation. Oh, any chance that our... There we go. I think our table has been constructed. So now if we go over here, let me get rid of this old diorite table. And we'll replace it with the one the king actually wants. I got scavened. That's our crew. We lose anyone from our military? Oh, yeah, we lost one over here. Cole's, wait, I can draft the king now? There must have been something weird before. I felt like I couldn't. Wait, we're excluding nobility. Why is the king allowed to be in this list? Does the king not count as a noble? That seems... Oh, the exclusion... These filters aren't working. It should be excluding these. Allowing the nobility was also allowing people in other squads. There we go. Now we're good. Dual epic. Get back in there, please. Okay, so now we're going to build table. Choose manually. Oh, it might not be in a It might not be in a stockpile. Or the job got canceled and it never got built. Although I don't know why that would be the case. I'm betting it's just being hauled to a furniture stockpile right now. Seems probably the most likely. So we'll just try to remember to come back to it in a few minutes. Oh yeah, digging this floor out. Just looking for more coal and things. No. Oh yeah, king's not noble. That's why they're in the list. Yeah, this is insane. Store item. Yeah. I mean, and that's pretty standard, I suppose, with the fortress, that they do spend a lot of time hauling, but... And it doesn't help that 50 of our dwarves are in the military as opposed to working, so our population effectively is a little lower than this. But still. Such a hauling backlog. Which, to be fair, happens to me in RimWorld as well, so, you know. There you go, writing material. Scholar in there. Krieg. Should we have a scribe? Okay, let's try to build our table again. There you go, black bronze table. Perfect. So that should satisfy this monarch request. Yeah, we have a lot of cranky people. But we do keep having people die. So, we're going to go for a little longer. We're going to end a few minutes early today. I'll probably end at 3:30 instead of 4. Just because there's some timing things with okay, that's fine. Yeah, the Thanksgiving, visiting my parents, all that kind of stuff. There's not any Kiss for Luck stream for today because she is in Italia, I think, assuming everything has gone correctly. Our next live stream should be on Monday. Should be some more Baldur's Gate 3. Unless I decide to take a break from it for a week, which is entirely possible, but I think it's probably going to be Baldur's Gate 3 on Monday and Wednesday, and then Saturday, more Dwarf Fortress. Black bronze, highly valuable metal alloy of copper, small portion of gold and silver. Yeah, I didn't know what black bronze was either. Gremlin, but we don't really care about that. Draconium is working on iron bins. Yeah, we still need like infinitude bins. We can probably do another raid here. There you go. Well, let's raid these human hamlets. And burn it down. Just send 3 squads out. We've got our 1 permanent defense squad, but then another squad we can keep around us some defense. Some point we got to go after the big goblin fortress with its hundreds of citizens. That's our end game goal right there. Dig. We might have got 3. Yeah, all legendary. We could assign more, but there's not really any reason to mine this out faster than we're doing. Yeah. Working on here, making ash. We haven't had any requests for a guild house or anything for a while. But I guess it's because we've got guild houses for most of the common things already set up. That kind of makes sense. Why am I mining this pattern? This pattern here is will reveal every tile while minimizing how much mining you actually have to do. Because if you were just mining in a straight line, you'd mine, leave 2 blank, mine, leave 2 blank, so you could see every wall. By doing this, we don't have to mine as many tiles out, and then we still get to see every single square of it. That's all. Yeah, more exposed tiles per dig. There's a few different patterns of a few different things, and I'm obviously just using the DF hack script to do this because I would never do this by hand. I mean, I guess you could do the macro for it, but even then that would be a pain in the butt to do. So migrants have arrived despite the danger. Oh yeah. We were at 124 a second ago. Oh, it's going up. Good. We need more haulers. We need people to show up who are in decent moods. I'm surprised we haven't had a single, I don't think we've had a single person go berserk or anything. Even though we've had some people in some pretty poor moods for a while, but... We're trying to offset them with as much happiness as possible. Okay, lots of migrants just arrived. Tons. Oh, they're still arriving. I was gonna say, let me do the grazing stockpile while I'm thinking about it. Still, oh, there's a huge wave. Yeah, the undug portion is effectively 3 wide. Yeah. Is it still going up? Okay, I think it may have stopped. Show me grazers that are roaming. There you go. Okay. Yeah, 31 more. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's good addition. And even if none of them have any notable skills, just 31 extra haulers right now would actually be really appreciated. It's not like we're going to have any problems feeding them. Got tons of food, tons of drinks. I don't know what we're targeting for meals, but I think we stockpile quite a lot of them. Ended a mandate. There you go. Oh yeah, we have to keep that particular table there now. I mean, this probably goes away at some point. And I think it stops you from like putting in there, satisfying them, then immediately taking out that piece of furniture they wanted. That's okay. I have no need to put the black bronze table anywhere else. I'm assuming if we looked at the king's preferences, they probably like black bronze. Mid-spring. Frame rate's still okay. Dipping down a little on the simulation side, but that's all right. Still mostly pretty good. Certainly a lot better than it used to be back in the day. It's the newer version of Dwarf Fortress, the classic one. This is the latest one. The latest premium one, like aka the Steam edition, even though it's sold in more places than just Steam. More gems. I mean, that's nice to uncover as well. Okay, I still don't understand. Wait, did I? Oh! I built these? These were not cage traps. I built cages. That's why they're not getting hauled. Like, I kept waiting for that to go away. I still think that the last trading caravan should have been able to bring their wagons inside. And I don't know what was stopping them from walking over here. You know what? I think I'll get rid of these corner cages here too, just in case. Maybe the wagons aren't allowed right on the edge of the map. So maybe this really did limit their ability to get here. Like, if they can't use the 3 tiles on the edge of the map, so they need these 3 tiles here clear, in which case these corner traps were causing problems for them. Maybe that was all it was. Drinks going down slowly. I don't remember what our drinks limit is. The reason they go down, we buy a bunch from the trader. Now we have our own like brewed drinks, but our limit probably is a little like lower than this number here. Yeah, we only brew drinks if our number gets below 200, so it does make sense to go down. That being said, I think I do want to increase this limit. We're gonna say brew drinks until we've got 500. So that was the fruit one. Oh, the or did I click the same one twice? It's possible. Plant, 500. Fruit, 500. I guess I had already done the plant one, but not the fruit one. So yeah, that's the number's going down probably because of that. We buy all the booze from the dwarves, and our own industry's not happening. Cage traps got removed from the entry from the caravans. I mean, again, in theory, that was never the caravans. There was never cage traps blocking the path for the caravans. But yeah, I'm wondering about that. I guess one of the things I can do to make sure I don't accidentally block it in the future is we can go pave. Oh wait, pop up. Paved road. Oh, hold on. I want planner mode, please. Try this again. This and then maybe do like 4 tiles. No putting there. I mean, we've got the back door open too, although there's traps here. So the wagons can't walk through this way, but they should still be able to walk over here. Dwarves eat 1 per season, right? 775 seems fine given the attrition rate, abundance of fermentables. I don't remember if it's once per season or once per month. But yeah, no, we're fine on these. What happens if mugs become a banned export? Then that noble dies. 100% something terrible happens to that noble. That's what happens. I know, the surface is a little bit messy. We keep getting raided, so, you know, a lot of bodies going there. And I don't want to haul it all the way down. So I could, like, we have our dumping site, right? What I could do is just go over here, go to the dump command, box select all this stuff to be dumped. But they'd have to walk down, like, 100... Oh, my God. Like, 170-ish floors? Just to, like, drop a single bone into the lava. Like, no. Do logs not go into bins? Is that not a thing? Doesn't assign any. Stupid wood. Taking up too much space. I knew I hated wood for a reason. Okay, we'll haul some of this in, but I mean, it doesn't actually matter that much, I guess. Hunters hunting? I mean, that's your job. How's our squads? Good? Prestige meeting. Did you raise it? Destroyed prestige meeting. Excellent. Alright. Let's go and destroy... You know what? Do I do a big raid against this thing? Let's do it. Do a pillage. Openly attack. We're going to send everyone except for defensive squad to go and openly attack the giant goblin fortress. Dig a lava well. I mean, we could dig a pit down there, but I don't think you can have the well operate with the lava. I don't think that's a mechanic. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. We could do a pump stack thing. Because we have access to a heavy aquifer, we can basically do infinite running water, which means we could have water wheels going. We could also build some windmills and things to power the pump stack, which we never really messed around with. But it could be fun. We could just flood the surface with magma. Show those goblins who's boss. Burninate all our garbage. Make quantum storage. Well, for the quantum storage, what you do is you have to dump for that. Right? At some point, there has to be a dumping operation. It's the only way to stack a bunch of things in one tile. But we could if we wanted to. Cool if you could see like your squad walking on the map. I don't think that's an option anyway. Yeah, doing minecarts, but minecart is also a dump. Right? The whole thing is the minecart gets to the end of the track and then it doesn't dump there. You don't do it with a dump designation, but you still do it. That's what we did our last fort. That's how we were getting goods from the surface, from our trade depot into our fortress, is we had our trade depot. I mean, it wasn't technically on the surface, but let's imagine. We had it there. Then we had a generic stockpile that could take anything next to it. So after the trade was done, all the dwarves would bring it there, and then we had a little minecart set up to take from the generic stockpile and dump it into a hole. It was just happening basically instantly. So you can do that, and that gets you a dumping stockpile down below. You just have to be careful that things don't fall on the dwarf's head when they go and collect things. Something just like fly across the screen here. Was it not just some very rapid movement over here a second ago? Maybe it was just... I mean, sometimes things just move quickly. I guess that's all it was. So our military squad's back. Okay, well, so, I mean, that wasn't perfect. So all these purples... Elephant Devil? So all these purples, us losing a dwarf. Elephant Devil. So Nagnod Droplet Focus. The Elephant Devil obliterated many of our dwarves as we assaulted this site. Elephant Devil. What are we, boat murdered? Holy crap! Oh yeah, you didn't go, so... So I don't know what the approach is going to be to actually pop that giant fortress. Good thing we just got a bunch of new migrants, isn't it? Wow. Okay. The answer is always more dwarves. Well, the other thing, too, is I'm going to make sure that everyone's on the veteran uniforms now. Now, a bunch of them already had it. They're going to do a big reshuffling of all their gear here, but that's okay. We're going to make sure everyone... We're going to use the veteran uniform exclusively now. Just the steel uniform. We're going to see where we're at in a second. Why the giant corpse stockpile? Because we get raided by like a million things. And we're not cleaning up the corpse stockpile, the corpses from the surface. This is literally just stuff from inside our base, but it's been a pretty insane day today. There has been a lot of debris being made. I suppose seeing all these corpses probably isn't helping people's mood either, but... Actually, that's the thing. Maybe this stockpile here, maybe I should redo this stockpile. This one here is just going to be refuse. And the corpses will be outside the walls. Maybe it'll minimize how often we see things. Still a bunch of soap there, despite the fact that I did go and make a soap stockpile. How much soap are we making? Here's my soap job running out of control for some reason. Oh, for this to be searchable or filterable in some way whatsoever. Lye, ash, soap from tallow. Amount of soap bars available is less than 10. Okay, so it's not satisfied. So the job's not currently running. I'm wondering if the soap bars, because we didn't have a stockpile for soap, if the soap bars aren't in a stockpile, does it not count as having it? Is that not being counted by our bookkeeper? In which case it kept thinking we didn't have any soap even though we had a ton of it? Maybe. Okay, at least it looks like it stopped running for now, so that's good. Make bins from those bones. I don't think so. We were looking at what you can make out of bones. There wasn't that much that would be necessarily useful to us. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from doing tons of crafts with bones. And maybe I should. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll put in a bone craft job. I'll say, listen, make like 100 of these. Or, you know what? Make one a day forever. How about that? Every day, attempt to make a bone craft. Just to whittle some of these numbers down. Some of the dwarves grow all Tyler Durden and soap making. Yeah. We are regularly making bone bolts. We're not bothering with crossbows because we have a few crossbows and I'm not planning on making ranged dwarves this time just because. But we do actually make bone boats regularly just for a hunter and to satisfy our noble. One of our nobles always wants bolts to be made, so we just have it on repeat. They won't make crafts out of intelligent creatures' bones, don't they? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. But still, maybe we can use some of the bones for that. I mean, these should decay. Again, anything that's in a refuse stockpile should decay at an accelerated rate. So, in theory, these will start to go away. I mean, already we can see a bunch of gaps here that weren't there before, and it's not because we've been using it. fighting. Did something get into the base? Who killed you? Oh, troglodyte. Troglodytes got inside our base? Because way back when, there had been some troglodytes over on this island that couldn't reach us. I'm assuming some spawned in from off map. I don't see any right now. What is... Okay, flesh balls. Interrupted by troglodyte. Where? Oh, there it is. Why couldn't I feed in the others? Oh, because... okay, it's not showing up as red. They show up as wild animals. Shite. Okay, whoever gets there first. Please. Well, what I should do, not cages, restraints, traps, cages. I guess I should just have some random cages in the cavern layer to, like, deal with random critters that might happen to wander into our base. Okay. Into the mandate, alright. Good thing we made ourselves some extra graves. We're forever behind on steel. I'm waiting on pig iron bars. Pig iron bars are good to go. All right. I suppose we could double check our furnace makers. Oh! I had, at some point, 5 dedicated furnace furnace operators. But they may have died at somewhere along the way. King, can I put you to work? Queen? More furnace operators. Yeah, as far as I know, our ghosts are to rest. We had 2 ghosts. They've both been put to rest. I don't think there have been any others. Do Quirky plugs the furnace operator, yeah. Is managing jobs easier in the Steam version without therapist? So it's a hell of a lot easier than in Classic, because we do have this. And with this, you don't really need therapist the same way. Therapist is a lot easier if you are looking to, like, look at an individual dwarf and then choose what skill to assign them, but this actually works out pretty well. It's a little annoying, like, creating the additional work details, but it is nice that, like, it sorts people based on the skill related to that, and then deciding whether they're exclusive or not. Yeah, it's fine. I don't feel the need to run the dwarf therapist anymore. Dwarf therapist does enable a few extra things that would be nice. From a streaming point of view, it's a little annoying though, because I'd have to do like a desktop capture mode, because they're in separate windows, or I'd have to keep fiddling back and forth. So this way it's all in the app. Oh, even the DF hacks window is in the app, which is good. I mean, you can still use therapist. One of the things that was quite handy for dwarf therapist was in times when when you get your first offer to name a noble. Well, first of all, it doesn't let you exit that screen, which is annoying, so you can't look at your existing people. But Dwarf Therapist, I also found it very easy to quickly check, like, who's got, what interests and things like that. So you could use that to very quickly determine who you should give to nobility based on their preferences. Look how much more garbage is being brought out here again. Oh, it's because this area is being cleared. That's why. All the corpses are being removed from this stockpile and being moved outside. Right. Yeah, more icons, more default options would be excellent. Yeah, I mean, I think that that UI could be improved, but I think it's very functional for a built-in part of the game. And generally speaking, where I can avoid it, usually for like the content I make, I do try to mostly use built-in stuff because it's what people most can relate to, and then fewer questions about what is this or what is that. Although clearly I use DF hack, and the answer is I can't live without it. So I do use that. think what we're going to do is probably wrap this in here. Does Steam version have built-in auto labor? No, it doesn't. It does not have built-in auto labor. Steam version has this, which does make it easier to assign people to jobs, but auto labor is just a DF ending. So if you don't know, what auto labor does for you is it would disable basically that labor screen, and instead what it would do is automatically assign dwarves to various tasks, and it's constantly changes them back and forth. There used to also be labor manager, which I think I actually preferred because of various reasons. But yeah, so you can go ahead, enable this. You can use this to control how many dwarves are supposed to be assigned things. So if you do something like auto labor mine 5, then yeah, it keeps at least 5 dwarves with mining enabled. One thing, so auto labor is quite good, especially when you've got like maybe not enough dwarves and you might need to cycle dwarves on and off various jobs or something like that. It doesn't tend to like hyper specialize dwarves as much. It's really good at keeping all your dwarves very busy. Like one of the things we're doing here is, for example, with weaponsmithing, right? Robo-Dobo9 here. Actually, maybe it's more people die. I probably have to go through and check all my labors, make sure everything's happening. What else is Robo-Dobo9 assigned to? That's interesting. So, like, let's say this armorsmith, right? Trotter over here is set to the armorsmith labor that's enabled, and with this checked off here, they'll only do things they're explicitly assigned to. So Trotter, the only thing they'll ever do is smith. And if there's no armor to be smithed, then Trotter just sits around doing nothing. Whereas auto labor will constantly reassign jobs and things like that. But what's nice about the specific jobs is it makes sure Trotter focuses on one thing and one thing only, and therefore gets really good at armor smithing, and this is how you get your master smiths. So there's pros and cons, but yeah. I have played Screeps a little bit. I thought about doing it for stream. I don't know, maybe one day. We'll see. I tried cast system next fort, sort of like you did in 7 Pillars. That is one thing that was much easier with Dwarf Therapist, because we could define, although we sort of could here, right? This labor system is kind of like the defined roles. Like these are individual labors that I do, but we could have 7 customized labors over here for our 7 pillars again, right? And you just have multiple jobs ticked on in this case. So we could actually do a caste system thing like 7 pillars, even easier possibly than our Dwarf Therapist tricks to do it last time. But yeah, for labor assignment, I don't feel the need to use Dwarf Therapist. The value I would still find in it is finding out more sort of meta information about the dwarves, which is handy. Miss how Therapist made it much simpler. Again, you can still use Dwarf Therapist. If the latest version of Dwarf Therapist doesn't have the memory map, again, DF Hack has, I can't remember what it's called, but DF Hack has a tool to export the memory map file for Dwarf Therapist. So you can get it going. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up. What's your top? That's a good question. What's your top must-have DF Hack features? I really like auto trade. I really like the filter for grazing. That's really good. I really love the new filter for the squads to be able to find forces, which is something I didn't used to have before. That was also one of the things I would use Dwarf Therapist for, finding appropriate people for the military squads. And yeah, I really hope that the enhanced stock view comes back, because that used to exist in DF Hack in the classic version, and it was really useful. So that would be nice if that happens. All right, I gotta wrap it up here. I gotta go and do some driving. Thanks everyone who came out. Next live stream on Monday should be Baldur's Gate 3. Auto Tailor's pretty good, yeah. There's lots of good stuff. DF Hacks is great. Great group of people working on that. Very appreciate their stuff. Thanks everyone. I'll see you in a couple of days. Happy Thanksgiving indeed. Bye-bye.